Hello, it's Jason again with Overland America. And if you can see, we have been exploring the New Jersey Pine Barrens, which is it's more of a lowland, marshy type area in New Jersey. It actually takes up more of the state. As you can see, it's really sandy bottom, and we had a blast going through here and exploring and finding new places and putting the Jeep through its paces the first time of the year. So if you want to see how this ended up and how we got here, stay tuned. You don't want to miss a minute of this. Okay, well, let's get this adventure starting. And the first thing we need to do is air down these tires. I like to run these 35-inch tires on 17-inch rims at about 12 to 15 psi. I'm shooting right now for about 12 psi. I think I ended up with 12 something on one side and 13 on the other. I got these new air down things, which are great. I had to set them up for the first time right here. But these here, once you set them up and you lock them in to the pressure that you want, all you have to do, it comes with four. You walk around, you screw all four in, all four tires air down at the same time. And I checked them afterwards with the air gauge, and they were all pretty much spot on. I was hitting 12.5, 13 psi on every tire, which is what I was aiming for. When you air down on a road like this, because it's such a sandy bottom, for one, it gives you more traction, but for two, it gives you a much stabler and more comfortable ride. If you try to ride like this, like really rough terrain or really soft terrain on fully aired up tires, with an off-road suspension, it's going to be hard on you, and it's going to be hard on the vehicle because it vibrates and shakes and jumps a lot, and it's just much more comfortable, much more better, and you'll be much more far reaching if you just air down the tires. And it helps save on the road when you're doing a lot of these off-road trails, because fully aired up tires will dig ruts. Air down tires, since they're flatter, wider, and they don't tend to tear up the trail as bad. As you can see here, we got the tires aired down and we're starting off on our adventure here. This trail was pretty narrow on this end, but it was wide enough for the Jeep, and I wasn't getting too much brush and things and pinstriping on the Jeep, so I was pretty happy with that. And the Jersey Pine Barrens, it's huge in Jersey. It goes for hundreds of miles all the way up to Cape May, which is up by the ocean. We were probably 2 hours away from Cape May, so we were at a part of it. And every time we go this is the second time we've been to the Pine Barrens, and every time we try to go to a different place. In the first place, it was really before we were filming and stuff, or had the equipment to film, so we don't really have a really good film of it. But this is the second time here. We filmed it for you guys. We like to bring you guys along, show you this place, and if you think that you would be interested into coming to the Jersey Pine Barrens or to a place like this, I strongly recommend Gaia Maps, but you got to get the off-road version so that you can get the overlays, and we'll do a whole video on that later. But it shows you off-road trails that are legal for off-road vehicles. Try to stay on those trails and try not to get off the trails, because we don't want those closed down, for future use. So let's take a little trip here through the New Jersey Pine Barrens, and let me know what you think, because the scenery is beautiful and we had a blast. So I hope you enjoy watching this as much as we enjoyed making it.
here. I want more out of life. The longer we stay here, our boots get stuck in the mud. Let's pack up a life, baby, and call it a night. 'Cause the longer we stay here.
Yeah, this was the first little time we came across a really nice mud puddle. As you can see, it was a little deeper than I had expected, but it wasn't so bad, and it was actually pretty cool. We got some great shots over there with the camera. I think that because it rained a couple of days before. I think in some of the trails were a little bit more flooded than others, but for the most part, it's a sandy base and the water drains off pretty quick, so it was relatively dry. Wasn't too loose, and it was a nice, enjoyable afternoon. The weather was perfect. It was in the 70s. It was not too hot. It was not too cold. It was a nice breeze blowing, and the sun was out. We cruised along and explored, as you can see. We did a little water stuff and just checked out the trails and see where they ended up, and just had a wonderful day with me and Sudan and Leo. Really enjoyed everything, and the way it came out in the end.
I said, hey, call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, follow the spark. Ain't nothing but a one way. Ain't no worries. Ain't no worries. Don't you worry.
Some of these roads were relatively narrow, and some of them, and a lot of them, I mean, you can't really tell from some of the shots, but there was actually water on both sides, and it was like a land bridge down the middle. For the most part, there were trails that most four-wheel drives could get stock. Four-wheel drives could get to. Even there were some that I think that on the main roads that regular vehicles could get to, like not four-wheel drives or all-wheel drives, or just like street-type vehicles. But then to get off those main trails and to get onto these back trails, I would definitely recommend some type of a four-wheel drive. When you're going forward driving like this too, especially alone, make sure that you have your rig set up for it. I mean, if you get stuck in the water or in the mud, there's not going to be anyone there to pull you out. So make sure you have rescue equipment that you can rescue yourself. On my Jeep, I'm equipped with a winch and pull straps and all kind of things to get myself unstuck if we get unstuck and there's not another person around that can help pull you out. If you're not prepared for that, you would probably want to go like places like this in a group. So if you did get stuck, there would be someone there to help you get unstuck. But as you can see, there were a lot of people here off and on through the places, all Jeeps and four-wheel drives and four-wheel drive pickup truck type things. People were pulling over and fishing. We did try fishing earlier in the trip. We didn't really catch anything, so I didn't really include it in this. There was this old timer in a Jeep that came coming by. I didn't get at him either because we weren't filming at the time, but he told me that there wasn't anything like worth keeping in the water here. It was more like just like bony type fish. I forget which kinds he said it was, but he said it wasn't really worth your any major time to try to catch anything that was in here. So we decided that we were going to mosey on down the trail and just see what we can see and just have a wonderful day of exploring the New Jersey Pine Barrens. That's my baby taking pictures. She's taking pictures for our Instagram page. So if you're interested and you're watching this and you want to check out our Instagram page, there's some great short video clips on there and some great photography and videos of this same trip and other trips that we've taken. So feel free to go over there and check it out and let us know what you think.
You never know what we will find behind the line. Find behind the line. If you believe in love, give me a feeling. If you believe in me, hold me and let me in. If you are ready, I'm gonna reach you. I got a feeling you're gonna reach me too. We're up and away. We're around the world together. So up and away. Come again. It's now or never. We're going away. You never know what we will find behind.
And as you can see, we're coming up to on the Jersey Pine Barrons tour. At least this part of it, anyway. The roads are, like I said, are pretty sandy. But if you just look at the scenery around here, it's just gorgeous. And we took some shots here of the wetlands. This is a protected wetland area in the Jersey Pine Barrens. There were lily pads everywhere, and I mean you can't see them in the picture, but there were giant frogs. I mean they were definitely loud. Just standing around here, they were like the most dominant thing in the sound as you stood in the area. But off these paths, when you go to explore, you pull over, you walk around a little bit, you look around, and you get a feel for the area. As you can, I mean, the area is just beautiful. The wetlands are beautiful and protected. So like I said, if you're taking a trip down here, please stay on the trails. Don't try to make your own trails, and always take your trash out. Don't throw your trash around. That's the worst thing you can do, is leave trash laying around. As we cruised around here, this place was pretty clean. I don't know if you know the stories, but the people who live here or have lived here for generations, they call themselves the Pineys, and they kind of will get upset with you if you destroy the area or do something out here that you're not supposed to be doing. They take it very personally, even though that this is state land. They consider it their backyard, and they're really the way that they take care of it is really, really strict. So just make sure you clean up after yourself and stay on the designated trails and don't get off. As you can see now, we're coming, a little bit out of the Pine Barrens, and towards the end, we get back into it was some kind of village. It was a historic village. I didn't stop and get the name of it or anything. Leo, we pulled over a few times, and Leo got out of the truck, got to stretch his legs, and he really enjoyed it too. We drove a while, we stopped a while, we explored a while, pulled over. I mean, it was just, like I said, it was a wonderful day, and I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it again. We just really, really enjoyed the day. If you think you'd be interested in any trips to the Pine Barrens, leave us a comment down below. I will be more than happy to give you the grid coordinates to this. If you just ask for them, and I'll let you know how to get to these trails, and then you can come here and explore them on your own, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed, because the scenery is beautiful, the drive is relaxing. It was just a wonderful area to drive around, explore, and spend an afternoon.
Not anything or anyone will hold us back, no matter what the cost. And I know somewhere's a place where we can build our memories. Somewhere.
So now we're coming to the end of our adventure. This is the parking lot at the end of the trail that was where streetcars could park. for people that wanted to go explore this village here, which we didn't have time to do today, which we would probably have to do on another day because by this time it was getting late and we still had a 3-hour drive to get home. So we pulled over here so I could air the tires back up to street pressures, and then we hit the road. We hope you enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed making it. And always remember, Jeeps are built, not bought. And I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll catch you on the next trip.